Happy Reset Wednesday, everybody. This is Pastor KZ here with the All About Favorite channel, and I am your host for today. Those of you who have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I will notify you when I upload new videos. My current subscribers, thank you so much for all of your love and your support. At the end of the video, everybody, hit the thumbs up button. Share the video to other people. Like, share, and comment on the videos down below. Also, don't forget in the comment section, leave me a number. For the next several videos, for the next couple of weeks, I am going to be soliciting your help in selecting 25 to 35 pair for my new eyewear line. I am being pushed to get this done, and I was given the suggestion to get your supporters and your viewers to pick about 25 to 35 pair. So I will base that upon a scale of 1 to 5. 1 meaning, I don't like this one so much. 5 meaning it's fire, love it, put that on the eyewear line. Now, let's get started. Today is Reset Wednesday. I'd like for you to reset, recalibrate your day. And before I go there, I forgot to mention, I am representing HBCUs this week. Started the week off with Bethune-Cookman University. Yesterday it was FAMU, and today Valdosta State. So, HBCUs, I represent you. On this Reset Wednesday, I started the topics that are going to be about goodbyes this week. And again, I got to get through these tapings, y'all, but continue to lift me up in prayer. I'm having some throat issues, my voice problems, so y'all keep me lifted up in prayers. We're going to get through this together. There are different types of goodbyes. Some goodbyes happen when you move to a different city or state or country, or even if you just move to another neighborhood or across town. Other goodbyes occur when a relationship ends, whether it's just a breakup, whether it's a divorce that ends, or a friendship ends, y'all fall out about something. Also, goodbyes occur when you become an empty nester. The kids are grown, or the children leave to go to college or the military, or they get married to start their adult life. And one of the biggest goodbyes is when you have to say goodbye to a loved one when they transition. But during any of these situations, it's hard to say farewell. Simply because now you have to learn how to deal with being left, feeling abandoned, not knowing what to do with yourself. Your life before, as you once knew it, may have revolved around your children, and now the children are grown and gone. It may have been that you were a caregiver for an elderly parent, and now they are gone. It may have been you have retired after being on your job so many years, and now you're home. So at any rate, your life has changed, and you now have to make adjustments and do things different. But either way, you kind of sometimes feel left, like an abandonment, like, what do I do now with myself? You know, my life as it was before was always busy because I had a schedule and structure. Now, what do I do? Anybody? So this is hard. The hard part is learning how to manage your day, learning how to manage your life, knowing you are separated from a person or some people who you have loved and had a long-term relationship with. Here's a question. Have any of you ever said goodbye to someone you love? Have you said goodbye to someone, or do you feel like I'm simply just not ready to let them go yet? Anybody? I have a few tips, just a few, and these are just my opinions to manage your goodbyes and to manage this season of you saying goodbye. Number 1, recognize that it is okay if you're not ready to say goodbye. It's okay if you're not ready to let someone go. It's okay. Number 2, Accept that what you're feeling is loss, loneliness, abandonment. Accept that this is what I feel. I just feel lost right now. I don't really know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with these emotions I'm having. That's okay. And also acknowledge that certain things now, you got to process that that person or those people are no longer part of your day-to-day routine. So number one, we got recognize that it's okay if you're not ready to let go. Number two is accept that what you're feeling is loss, and you've got to process that that person is no longer there. Number three, understand that moving on takes time. Number four, you're in the healing stage right now. It's a process. Healing is a process. Saying goodbye, accepting that someone is no longer in your life, that's a process, and it requires healing. And as if you think about a physical healing, it requires time. And I don't know about you, but for some reason, the emotional healing, and I talked about wounds, I think, a few weeks ago. Emotional wounds and scars and hurts emotionally, things that no one sees that's going on inside, that takes a lot longer to heal, because now you've got to deal with a lot of emotions going on at the same time, and also having some psychosomatic issues going on. For example, during this period of learning to say goodbye, or missing someone who you said goodbye to or didn't get a chance to say goodbye to, now you've got to deal with some suppressed feelings that you have inside. You miss them. You miss the relationship. You miss going to work every day because your coworkers was like, you spent more time with your coworkers sometimes than you did at home. You miss being in the marriage. If the marriage, ended in divorce, you actually miss the routine of coming home every day to a spouse. You miss being with your children every day. You miss as you watch your children age and grow up. I heard a woman say one of the saddest days of her life was the day her child graduated from high school. And she said, and the day that my husband and I took our child to college, and on the way back home, driving back, she said, I just cried like a baby. And she said, not because I wasn't happy that my child was going to college, but it hit me like a brick that I missed them. And also on yesterday, I was speaking with a young lady, and actually, you know what? Goodbyes, loss, abandonment, hurt, missing someone, transitions, that is not a color barrier. That happens with people of all ethnicities. And I was talking with the lady of another ethnicity. We were just talking, and she was saying a song came on the radio where we were on the playlist, and she just began to cry. And it was an old song by an artist named Helen Reddy. And she just began to cry, and she said, my grandfather was my best friend. And she said, and he passed away when I was 16 years old. And the song that was on, I remember it now. It's You and Me Against the World by Helen Reddy. Take a listen to that song. She said, my grandpa used to play this all the time. When he'd take me fishing, he'd spend time with me. And she said, I am now 60 years old. And that song came up, and it brought back a memory. And she said it was such a pleasant memory of my grandfather, but she said, I'm crying and weeping at the fact that he's no longer with us. And she said it hurts so bad. And she said, I never got a chance to say goodbye to him. And I thought that was really ironic, but I had to include that in today's session because that conversation was part of the spark for today's show. Being able to Deal with the fact that someone is no longer in your life. And it also includes, as I said, other times you've had to say goodbye, but it was hard. I hope that you have gotten something today. Just remember, you're in the healing stage. Saying goodbye is a process, y'all. Give yourself time to heal, and if you need to grieve, give yourself time to grieve, and more importantly, give yourself time to adjust. I hope I've helped someone today. And y'all, remember, sometimes it's hard to get focused, but get focused. Get some balance in your life. You can't have too much of one thing and not enough of this. You can't be doing too much to where you're not taking a moment for yourself. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. Stop always you being the one making the sacrifices. Sometimes you just got to let people sit in stuff. You cannot save everybody. You cannot go out and live the life for your children. They got to be allowed to make their mistakes. They got to be allowed to make their own decisions just as you had to be. Give them a chance to grow. But during this period of being an empty nester, find your balance. Get yourself centered. And always remember, love on yourself. It's okay sometimes to be a little selfish and take care of yourself. Self-care, what did Pastor KZ say, is the best care. Love on you. Have a wonderful day, and remember, always walk in favor. I will see you back tomorrow. Have a great Reset Wednesday.